Hello, good morning children. We have already completed notes part. Answer in detail, think and answer, and the read the answer in brief also. Read the sentence and answer the questions. All the things completed, meanings completed, own sentences completed, right? So today I am going to take the structural part, that is exercises from the textbook. I am going to take exercises from the textbook. We are talking about the verbs. Very important topic it is. We are talking about verbs. In this verb, two types we are getting today. Main verbs, main verb, and second one, auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs. These are the two types we are going to learn. Then what is, first question comes here is, what is main verb and what is auxiliary verb? Unless you know these two things, you cannot understand how we can use in the sentence. Okay. So, main verb. What is the use of main verb? Main verb tells us about the action of the subject. Understand? Main verb tells us about the action of the verb. Okay, sorry. Action of the subject. Writes, learns, goes, wanted, ate, ran, etc. It can be in any tense. Okay. So main verb is the one which tells us about the action of the noun. Then what is the use of auxiliary verb? Main verbs are action verbs like talk, speak, go, sing, came. It can be any tense, present tense, like this. Then what? So, main verbs are action words. These are action words. We call them action words. So, these action words are main verbs. These action words are main verbs. Understand? Then what are auxiliary verbs? Auxiliary verbs are those small action words which help the main verb to form the tense of the sentence, or which helps us to form the negative sentences. Got it? Auxiliary verb is the verb which helps us to form the tense of a sentence. Secondly, it helps us to form negative sentences also. So, in which way? How it helps to form the tense of a sentence, or how can it help us to form negative sentences? Before going to that part, let us know what are auxiliary verbs, examples for auxiliary verbs. We can call them even helping verbs also. So, is, was, are, where, understand, has, have, had, do family verbs. Do, does, did, understand, etc. Can, etc. These are auxiliary verbs. Is, was, are, where, has, have, had, do, does, did, can. These are auxiliary verbs, or we can call them helping verbs. Okay, here the verbs which make the sense in such a way that helps the subject to complete the sentence by showing the action. I mean the words which are which show the action of the subject, means noun form in the beginning of the sentence. They are main verbs. Auxiliary verbs are those which are helping verbs and they help the main verb to complete the sentence or to form the tense of the sentence or to make the negative form. For example, Raju is talking to the teacher. For example, Raju is talking. This much is the sentence to the teacher. I said, okay. Here, if I don't use auxiliary verb this, you miss it. I put the hand like this. Raju talking to the teacher. It doesn't give any proper meaning. If I remove the hand and read is, then you can understand its sense. Raju is talking to the teacher. It shows that he is in the process of talking. At present, he is talking. Ravi drive the car. We cannot make a sentence. Ravi can drive the car is okay. Can helps the word drive to make a complete sense. So, helping verbs or auxiliary verbs are those verbs which help the main verb to complete the sense of the sentence. To complete the sentence in a meaningful manner. Understand? Without auxiliary verb, if you write the verb which cannot suit the sentence, it doesn't give any meaning. For example, Ravi talking to the teacher, it cannot give you meaning. The sentence becomes wrong here. If you write is, then your sentence becomes correct. This is how auxiliary verb helps the main verb to make the sentence. Or next, they are playing. They playing, if I write, can it become correct? No, they are playing correct. Playing is an action word, right? But unless I use are with they is plural form of subject here. It is in plural form, they. So I have to use plural verb only, are, not is. If I write they are playing or they are talking, then it becomes correct. If I don't use are, simply I say they playing. Does your sentence become correct? No, it doesn't become correct. They are playing. When I use are, then only your sentence becomes correct. Then only your sentence becomes correct. That's why what I say, auxiliary verbs help the main verb to complete the sentence in a meaningful manner. Once again, auxiliary verbs help the main verbs to complete the sentence in a meaningful manner. That is why we even call these auxiliary verbs as helping verbs. Why we call them helping verbs? Because these auxiliary verbs help the main verb to complete the sentence in a meaningful manner. And with the help of this auxiliary verb only, we can understand in which tense is the sentence. Raju is talking to the teacher. Is used generally in a present tense form. Is tells us that it is the sentence is in the present tense form. The sentence is in the present tense form. They are playing. Are also shows that the sentence is in the present tense form. He was busy. If I write, he was busy. Then was is means yesterday, not now. He is busy means now. He was busy. It shows that here this was is the helping verb and it shows that the sentence is in past tense form. Understand? They were going to village. Were going. They going to village will be wrong. They were going to village means correct. Where is in past tense form. See. Helping verb. Were helps the subject they to form complete sentence. She has done her homework. Done is action word. Has is auxiliary verb. Understand? And this auxiliary verb helps the main verb to complete the sentence properly. As they have made many mistakes. Made is main verb. Have is auxiliary verb. Understand? In that way you can take any other part. And how it helps to make the negative form, now I am going to tell you. And one more thing to remember is always main verb in the sentence comes first and auxiliary comes first. It is raining heavily. Raining is the main verb. Is auxiliary. So always auxiliary verb comes after the subject. It is subject. Is auxiliary verb. Raining is main verb. Okay. Raining is main verb. This is auxiliary verb. So I can ask you either underline the auxiliary verb or tick the main verb. So this is main verb. This is auxiliary verb. And one more thing to remember, how to understand which is auxiliary verb. Means here it is a subject and auxiliary verb always follows the subject. Soon after the subject you get auxiliary verb. After auxiliary verb only we will get main verb. Remember this, children. Auxiliary verb comes first, main verb comes afterwards. This is how we have to know when to use auxiliary in the sentence. Auxiliary is always used before the main verb. First auxiliary verb comes, then comes the main verb. And same sentence this is a positive sentence. It is a positive sentence. How can we change it into negative? Not form is negative form. Not, not or no means that is I have lot of time. I have no time. No means negative. So it is not raining. It is not raining is the negative form of it is raining. If I don't use is simply I say it not raining. Do you get correct sentence? No, never. So auxiliary verb always helps us to form the correct sentence. Here, not shows negative form. And when it would be correct, when it is followed, it follows the auxiliary verb. First comes auxiliary verb, then comes the negative form. She is clever. She is not clever. They went out. Now, they did not go out. She came to school late. She did not come to school late. He can drive a car. He cannot drive a car. So, always with after auxiliary verb only you have to add no or not. Then it becomes the negative form of given positive sentence. Got what I said? Always when you form the negative sentence, first comes subject, then auxiliary verb, then you use not, is not, are not, were not, have not, then comes main verb. Understand? They have come to school. They have not come to school. Have unte, have not. Is unte, is not. Did unte, did not. Do unte, do not. Understand? And one more thing to tell. When to use do family verbs for negatives. Do family verbs and have has family verbs. Do, does, did. When to use? He works hard. He works hard. It is one sentence. They sing a song. They sing a song. He wrote a letter. So, in these three sentences, we do not have any auxiliary verb. The sentences have only main verbs. Works, sing, wrote. So, works and sing are in present tense form. Wrote is in past tense form. So, if I want to write its negative form, works, S is there in the verb. When you have S in the verb, you should follow does not. He does not or doesn't work hard. When S is there with the main verb, you understand that you have to use does. When S is there with the verb, you should know that you have to use does not plus V1 form plus main verb. Here simply sing is there. It does not have any SR past tense like that. So, they do not sing a song, you can write. Or they don't sing a song, you can take. Wrote is past tense. So, he did not write a letter. Past tense verb will come present tense, but here in do form you get did for past tense. So, one more small thing I would introduce here. Verb, V1 form. Verb, original verb. Just like work, go, come, like, etc. If you get this pattern verbs, you should use don't or do not in the sentence plus same verb. Don't change it. Understand? The sun shines. The sun shines. Here, S is there with the verb. S is there with the verb. S is there with the verb. In that case, what we have to think? Does not. The sun does not shine. You have to remove any S is there. You have to remove S and use does not. Understand? And in past tense case, did not plus V1 form. Do not plus V1, does not. When you use does not, when the verb, main verb has S with it, you have to use does not and remove S from the verb by using does not plus V1 form. Past tense, did not plus V1 form you have to use. I hope it is clear. This is how we have to use the verbs. Now I am going to work with one small exercise for you. I always tell you, sit with the textbook. In your textbook, here you have an exercise on 65 page number. Remember 65 page number. I am not going to give 65 page number. Same way I am giving my own sentences. And we are working out. And this you are doing on your own. Page number 65. And here back also one small exercise is there. With the same thing you are going to do on your own. Understand? Is plus ing, was plus ing. That is the back side. Here simple verbs are there. Present, past. That's it. Okay. So what you are supposed to do? You are supposed to underline the auxiliary verb and tick the main verb. Okay. Underline the auxiliary verb and tick the main verb. This is our topic for today. Tick the main verb. If the heading goes like this, Rahul has come to school. If it is the sentence, first what you have to do, underline the auxiliary verb. In this sentence, what is the auxiliary verb? What is the auxiliary verb? As is the auxiliary verb. We have to underline helping verb. That is has, have, had, do, did, does, or is, are, was, were, can. They all are auxiliary verbs. Come is main verb. We have to tick. Understand? Okay, next. Veena did not do her work. So here did not is auxiliary verb and do is main verb. Understand? Third, children are playing. If I write children are playing, what is auxiliary verb here? Are is auxiliary verb. Playing is main verb. Are is auxiliary verb and playing is main verb. Okay. Fourth one. Anu does not see the movie. If it is like that, does not is auxiliary verb, see is main verb. I like, I don't like, or I do not like sweets. I do not like sweets. If we write like that, do not is auxiliary verb, like is main verb. Understand? Last one. They have visited us. In this case, have is auxiliary verb, visited is main verb. In this way, you are having one exercise here on page number 65 at the bottom, A bit. Tick the main verb and underline the auxiliary verbs. You are doing it. Okay. And back side, we have one more exercise. Fill in the blanks with correct form of the verbs given in the bracket to complete this story. So, was, where, how the word comes, you please fill it up and we will discuss it in the class. When the class is on, you are sitting with the book. That's it for today, children. Thank you. And I am going to give you one small exercise on the topic in typed manner, wherein you have to solve it in your notebook. That's it for today. Thank you.